In one word, in one word, how could all your majesty be summed up in one word, in one word, in one word?
Many years ago, the Beatles had a song that's title was this, All You Need Is Love. And that's what the song said over and over and over again. As a matter of fact, the chorus just said, all you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. And then it changed it up a little bit at the end and said, love is all you need. I think the point that they were trying to get across was pretty clear, wasn't it? That all you need is love. Well, I don't know that I would go so far as to suggest that of especially their particular brand of love was all that you need or is all that you need. But I think when we look at the Bible and see what Paul has to say about love, maybe they aren't far off whenever it comes to the right kind of love, the biblical kind of love. In 1 Corinthians chapter 13, which is the famous, if you will, love chapter, Paul writes the following at the beginning of that chapter, and I'm afraid that sometimes we might skip over the first 3 verses and go down to verse 4 and go on and read about the description of love and things. But let's take just a moment and pay very close attention to what Paul says in these first 3 verses about love, because he is essentially saying that what you need is love. He writes in verse 1, Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I have become sounding brass or a clanging cymbal. Now, when you think about what it is that Paul is saying there, you could almost boil it down to one idea, and that's this, that it doesn't matter what you say if you don't have love. It's just noise. There are a lot of people who are really good at talking. They're really good talkers. They're good orators. They can move people with their words. But think about that. It's pointless. It's worthless if you don't have love. He goes on in verse 2 to say, And though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith, so that I could remove mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. If you boil that down to what it is that he's saying there, Paul is almost saying that it doesn't matter what you know. If you don't have love, it doesn't matter. He actually says that, if you think about it, that I have the gift of prophecy, understand all mystery and all knowledge. There are a lot of smart people in this world, aren't there? There are a lot of people who know a whole lot about the Bible itself. But if you don't have love, Paul says that knowledge is nothing. He says, I am nothing, even though I have those things. Notice verse 3, too, as well. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, but have not love, it profits me nothing. What Paul's saying essentially there is it doesn't matter what I do. If I don't have love, there's no profit in it. Even if you look at these things, he's talking about good, benevolent things that someone could do, even to the point of sacrificing self, the bestowing all of my goods to feed the poor and giving his body to be burned. But if he doesn't have love, it is profitless. It's pointless. It's worthless. Boy, when you look at it that way, that it doesn't matter what you say, what you know, or what you do, unless you have love. We go back to that Beatles song again. All you need is love. Well, at least you need this kind of love then, don't you? Let me throw one more thing into the mix as it pertains to love. And this time it comes from what John writes. John, especially 1 John, is also known as being a book about love. And in 1 John chapter 5, John writes about love, and he says this in verse 1, Whoever believes that Jesus is the Christ is born of God, and everyone who loves him who begot also loves him who is begotten of him. Now notice verse 2, By this we know that we love the children of God. Now let's back up for just a moment. That's what it is that Paul was talking about back in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, about loving people, about loving our brothers and sisters in Christ, about loving our husbands and our wives. What does he say about this? That we know that we love the children of God. Well, he says we know this We know that we're doing this, in the end of verse 2, when we love God and keep His commandments. For this is the love of God, that we keep His commandments, and His commandments are not burdensome. When you look at that, you see that John irrevocably ties love to obedience. They go hand in hand with each other. So the question is, do you have love? Because it doesn't matter what you say, it doesn't matter what you know, it doesn't matter what you do if you don't have love. And to love God and to love your brothers and sisters in Christ means to obey God. So do you have that? If you don't, well, you really, really, really need love, don't you? That's all for this edition of One Word. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you'll join us again next time as we look at another word from God's inspired Word. But between now and then, I hope that you'll study the one word that is the most important word of all, and that is God's Word.
All your goodness and glory contained in one word, and love's the word. Love's the word.